Welcome to Cunty Life and Biz Realness, the uncensored show that explores how to live your truest life, what tries to get in the way, and how to grow your business as a result. I know you want to be more courageous, unapologetic, notable, transcendent, and authentically you, and you're in the right place, babe. I'm your host who's the most, Naomi, CEO and head life and biz authenticity coach at Cunty Coaching. Let's dive in. Hey, babe. I know I just released last week a killer episode about perfectionism and how cunty it is to resist perfectionism and let yourself be good enough and just get your art and your work out there. I really hope you listened to that episode, and if you didn't, make sure you go back and give it a listen. I love Kara so much, and it was such a fantastic conversation. I was laughing the entire time. But I wanted to talk more about this topic, especially since I myself have been dealing with the pressure of perfectionism. And it's no one that's putting it on me. Most of it is self-taught, self-imposed. And so I want to talk more about that today and give us all a little pep talk, a little encouragement, and a big virtual hug if you can relate to the stress and the pressure of that inner saboteur that tells you you're not enough, that imposter syndrome that keeps you playing small. I want you to know that you're loved, you're supported, you're seen. This is not your fault. This is societal bullshit that keeps us small. Keep on listening because this message is for you. I love you. In a noisy and wild world, we can easily get swooped up in expectations. Expectations from society and expectations we place on ourselves. I was a star child. I followed the rules. I studied hard. I got amazing grades. I was a good girl. That was what got me praise, attention, and rewards. Love felt conditional upon their pride and my success. Somehow, though, if it wasn't perfect, it wasn't good enough. If people weren't over the moon impressed, it wasn't good enough. As is, I was not good enough. It's a disease that still haunts me. On bad days, I can hear my inner saboteur respond to all of my best self-love efforts and love from others with, but, and not, insert adjective here, enough. In times when the world is on fire, which can sometimes feel like always, it's too easy to feel small and like we aren't doing enough. This is one of those times for me, with the Israel-Palestine war that has broken out, horrifying us and trying to shroud us in darkness. Can we let ourselves be good enough? Can continuing to do our best be good enough? Can the incredible shit that we are doing be enough? What is it costing us and the world? This persistent dread of not enough. How does it show up for you? What would happen if we released the pressure and self-doubt and caring what others think or say and let it be enough? Because I now know nothing stifles us and burns us out quite like perfectionism and shame. Despite me having so many things to celebrate, these past few weeks have been clouded by my inner saboteur telling me it's not enough. For her, it'll never be enough. So then I have a decision to make. We have a decision to make. Do we cave in and agree with her mental bashing? Do we concede? Do we pack it in and call it a day? Do we curl up and hide? Or do we, despite the inner saboteur's best efforts, continue to courageously show up, even if it feels like no one is listening or caring? Continue to fight for what we believe in. Continue to do the work we know needs to exist. Do we ask for help and support from those who love us to death? Actually receive and hold space for praise and love. Build our legacy even though tomorrow is not promised. Continue to hold the light for those around us in darkness. Do we take care of ourselves because we actually do deserve that? Do we actually stop to celebrate ourselves along the way? It's completely up to us, and I want you to know as well that this isn't your fault if you are resonating with this. It's societal bullshit. How can we let it and us be good enough? How can we take the pressure off and show up courageously? If not for ourselves, at least for the people around us who are searching for light, who are searching for our exact unique gifts. We don't need perfection. What we do need is presence. We need progress. We need hope. As you may know, I'm almost certified as a Hello 7 business and mindset coach. And Hello 7 is to credit for the following prompts to remind you of your light. 1. What are the things that come naturally and easily to you? Natural talents. For others, it's boring, a headache, confusing, stressful, hard, etc. 2. What are the things you were good at as a child before you started giving too many shits? 3. What are the things you used to get in trouble for when you were growing up? 4. What are the last 3 compliments you received? I want you to keep them somewhere. Collect your receipts, babe. 5. Audit your career to date. What are some accomplishments you've had, valuable things you've created, and helpful things you've done? And yes, whatever it is, it's enough. It's good enough. And don't get it twisted. We all navigate these feelings. Most people hide them. Brené Brown reminds us that shame grows in the dark. So, how can you and we authentically show up and let it be enough? How can we let the radical action of showing up and continuing on be enough? If you're ready for a coach who fucking gets it and supports you unconditionally, in spite of all your inner saboteur's best efforts, you know where to find me. I am not perfect, and I do not claim to be or desire to be. So if that feels good and relatable for you, let's talk. I have a new tiered and monthly pricing structure based on revenue that makes working with me even more accessible. Spots are limited. I can't wait to be your coach as you scale these peaks and valleys imperfectly. You are enough. You really can do it. We need you in your power. And if you want to further support the war victims in Israel, Gaza, and Palestine, I'll link some of the ways you can do that in the show notes. Thank you so much. And don't let the pressure of perfectionism dim your light. I love you. Thank you so much for listening to Cunty Life and Biz Realness today. Someone in your circle needs to hear this. Can you share it and leave a review on Apple Podcasts so this Cunty movement can grow? And don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Naomi_authentically. I appreciate you so much and cannot wait to connect with you. You can always head over to cuntycoaching.com to work with me, join my events, my Cunty email chronicles, and more. I hope you have a fulfilling week, and I can't wait to talk to you next week. This is your Cunty coach, Naomi, signing off.